What if I told you that in order to build the life you want, there are only two emotions that you need to worry about? What do you think that those two emotions are? The only two emotions that you need to toggle between in order to build the career and the life that you want. Many people might guess that those two emotions are positivity and negativity. They would think, well, I'm supposed to be more positive, more optimistic, more cheerful, and I'm supposed to be less negative and pessimistic and glum. And if I can just do that, I can have anything I want. And I think those people are wrong. I actually don't think it's about being more positive or less negative. I think the only two emotions that you need to toggle between are security and insecurity. Or let me say it another way. I think the only two versions of you that you need to toggle between are insecure overachiever you and secure high performer you. I think you know these two versions of you very, very well. I certainly know them very well within myself. So let me tell you about how these two versions of me show up for me. Insecure overachiever me, she works, or honestly, she overworks like crazy. And yet she constantly feels behind and she constantly feels like she's not doing enough. She also procrastinates for ages if a task feels too daunting, all the while feeling terrible about procrastinating. She also spends a lot of time worrying that people are mad at her, thinking about how they could interpret what she said in a bad way, and reading into the nuances of what other people are saying and doing. She also tends to anchor to other people's compasses instead of her own, and gets very focused on doing a good job for somebody else's rubric. And she feels like a horrible person if she makes a mistake or even if she finds out that she could have done something in a better way. And overall, she's pretty mean to herself, and she calls that self-improvement. Now, let me tell you about secure high performer me. Secure high performer me sizes up a task, sees the simplest and most efficient way of getting it done, knocks it out, and honestly feels pretty satisfied. She sees like a daunting task, she breaks it down into smaller pieces, she just gets started. She is aware of how other people might perceive her, and she just calmly problem solves how to best get her point across while still taking into account people's biases and contexts and points of view. She anchors to her own compass and she's focused on executing her own vision. She finds out that she's made a mistake or could have done something better. She usually says, cool, I didn't think of that. I'm going to note that down for next time. And she has a realistic view of her own strengths and weaknesses. And she just figures out how to leverage the strengths and pad out the weaknesses to get what she wants to get done. It's not personal, it's just a puzzle to be solved. Now, I want to tell you, both versions exist inside of you right now. Insecure overachiever you exists inside of you, and secure high performer you exists inside of you. And all that's happening right now is that your brain automatically activates insecure overachiever you in some circumstances. And your brain automatically activates secure high performer you in other circumstances. And the whole name of the game is learning how to activate secure high performer you in a broader range of circumstances. And that is what we do in coaching. So I want you to ask yourself, how much time do you spend per day being insecure overachiever you? And how much time do you spend per day being secure high performer you? Because your current mix of insecure time versus secure time and your current mix of the circumstances that activate insecure you versus the circumstances that activate secure you, that current mix is keeping you stuck where you are. So if you want to get unstuck and if you want to break through, whether that means getting out of the daily stress and burnout cycle, or whether it means deciding finally whether you're going to quit your job or stay in your job, or whether you want to get clarity and conviction on what your next career step is going to be, or you want to figure out how to land that next step and make it a success. Whatever specific thing you feel stuck on right now, the answer is to spend more time being secure, high performer you, even in the face of circumstances that normally activate insecure overachiever you. And how do you actually do that? I want you to book a free coaching session today and let me show you how. The link to book a free anonymous public coaching call is below.